Welcome to this board meeting. We are here because there's a crisis in Florida that just occurred. A major hurricane has just demolished our city, and it is time to prepare for the next ones and to do better. I've done the research about Florida to prepare for this board meeting to make sure that everything's going to be okay for the next couple times that this occurs. Natural disasters aren't something that are timely. They don't come when we want them to, and they're not something we can always be prepared for. So I want to make sure that for these natural disasters that we can be more prepared and that we can have the solutions to help our economy and to help our tourism. Lives are being lost, damage has been done, and millions of dollars in damages are going to have to be refunded. This happened in Key West, Florida. Nationally, $6 million in damage happens per year for natural disasters, one of the most deadly disasters and one of the most costly disasters of the United States. We are poorly organized. We need to make sure that we have our rescue teams, our people informed to make sure that when these problems occur, that we are ready to fight back to these hurricanes and to save more lives and to have less property damage. This hurricane sunk 10 ships and killed about 500 different people. The wind speeds were 150 miles per hour, and in some areas there was at least 13 inches of rain. And this is what happened. The problem is that the hurricanes are always a possibility. There is no way that NOAA can tell us directly when it's going to start and when it's going to end. So we need to make sure that we are prepared for all these possible events. And just to give you a little video, a testimonial of one of the survivors from the Florida Key West hurricane. Okay. Let's get this to the right time.
I know they didn't realize the water was up. And the house just blew apart. I don't know whether a tornado hit the house or whether the water, I don't know what it was. The house just went completely, it just flew apart. And we was all thrown out in the water. All of us.
And then what happened?
Well, everybody, I don't know what happened to other people. I was with Uncle Fred up on some debris, and he held on to me for a while, but he got to where he couldn't fight, so he pushed me up on more debris and told me to try to fight for myself. And I found my mother and sister, and I was with them the rest of the night. When the water went down, Mother got...
So as you can see, people are losing their family members and their lives because of this. We want to make sure that we can keep our community unified, and that our families are being protected, and that families aren't losing siblings or spouses or children or grandparents because of the natural disasters that occur in our area, and something that we as a government and as a board already know that it's been a problem. So there are ways that we can prepare and for this recovery to be a lot smoother than we had expected. We need to identify the risks that are going to be occurring in Florida. This is why we have a national agency called NOAA. NOAA is the one that mandates the storms and the weather, and that they can be able to give us information far in advance that we can be able to inform our citizens. We need to be aware of weather reports, especially for our citizens in the news and local news stations. We need to make sure that we're producing enough information that people understand that there might be something occurring to prepare. If there's families that need to evacuate their homes, we need to be able to give them enough time to be able to save themselves. Another thing is to prepare the community with emergency supplies. We need to make sure that we have campaigns and advocacies and different organizational groups that are helping us describe and prepare our families. We want to make sure that the citizens of Florida are prepared for the hurricanes that will eventually come again. We need to make sure that the children have activities in school, that if they have to leave school without their parents, that the schools in those places are prepared. We need to make sure that businesses have the right information and all the necessities and tools that if something occurred to the building, that we will be able to have supplies, food, shelter for the people that might have lost everything. Tourism. Tourism in Florida is a huge part of our economy. It's one of the the employment growth because of tourism is so important to us. We need to make sure that our economy is still growing. Even though hurricanes are occurring, we want to make sure that people understand that Florida is still a safe place to come to. We want to make sure that they're not just skipping out on Florida, and that those jobs and those tourism dollars that occur from different people aren't being lost. The state economic department estimates that 25% of our employment is based off of tourism jobs. So, we also need to improve our numbers. As you can see, every year it's been growing, and we want to make sure that this growth is staying consistent even when hurricanes occur. So just a quick tourism ad to be able to show the citizens of around the U.S. and around the world that Florida is a fun and safe place to come to.
Thinking about your Florida beach vacation and about what's happening in the Gulf? Here's what you need to know. Florida has 825 miles of beaches, 221 of them right here in Northwest Florida. 221 miles. That's a lot of beaches to choose from. There are plenty of places in Florida where you can enjoy crystal clear waters and a great beach vacation. See for yourself in real time. Go to Florida Live and visit Florida.com for live webcams, beach updates, daily videos, and real-time photos.
So as you can see in this tourism ad, it is very simple to advocate the tourism in Florida. We need to make sure that we have these campaigns out there, especially after disasters hit, to show that our economy is still growing and that we still are able to rebuild and still have those tourism attractions. So as you can see, as the Board of Florida, that there is many options on how to improve natural disasters and these hurricane problems. We need to make sure that we're implementing the solutions so that we are prepared for when these natural disasters occur. Thank you for the time that the board made for me to give this presentation.